What's up, Hyperdrivers? Welcome back to the channel. So the last time I had a 1/4 scale Mandalorian in the house, the Sideshow Collectibles premium format figure went up against the Iron Studio statue. And at least for me, the Iron Studio statue won out. So the Sideshow is long gone. But now I have my third and hopefully final Mandalorian 1/4 scale figure in the house. It's because God knows I have enough Mandalorian product to go around in here. This one here is the Hot Toys 1/4 scale Mandalorian posable figure. And according to Hot Toys collectors, this is the way to go if you want to get a Mandalorian 1/4 scale. But for me as a statue collector, will the Iron Studio statue remain in my collection, or will this Hot Toys be the way? Let's find out. That's right, Hyperdrivers, I'm back with another 1/4 scale figure review. Not a statue, but a figure. And we got the Mandalorian from Hot Toys. I picked this one up over at Comic Concepts because, as always, it's the best price around. So if you want to get yourself some collectibles like this, you know, figures or statues, and you want to save some money, head over to Comic Concepts. I'll leave a link in the description below. Also, if this is your first time here on the Hyperdrive, we talk about Star Wars all the time. Every single week, we got a new video coming out. So if you're into Star Wars like I am and the rest of my crew, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can jump to Lightspeed every week with us right here on the Hyperdrive. So in the house, the Hot Toys 1/4 scale Mandalorian. This is the box that it comes in. I gotta say, as far as box design goes, I really like the 1/4 scale boxes because they always have this, you know, like, I don't want to call it three-dimensional look to the box. You got a helmet here. They had the same thing for the Boba Fett, and they did the same thing for Darth Vader, which is dope. It says 1/4 scale here, and then the rest of it is just plain black. This is the sleeve, and then when you slide the sleeve up, you got this. Okay, put this to the side. That's pretty dope. I like that. That's pretty cool. And it has felt and everything, so obviously the figure is going to be beneath that. So let me go ahead and tip this over and we can take a look at what's inside the box. All right, so here's the felt like you saw before. You got this sleeve that comes out, says the Mandalorian, which is pretty awesome. Look at that. I like that. Nice artsy design. And then you have this soft foam. All the 1/4 scale Hot Toys come like this that I've seen. And there is the figure. Ooh, that is big. Oh, and you got a little Grogu. That's cool. Got some swap out hands. You got some swap out hands for Grogu. That's dope. Let's see what's underneath this. Oh, wow. That is a lot of stuff. Holy mother. Okay, this is a lot more stuff than other 1/4 scale figures that I've seen come with. They got a lot of crap here. And even more stuff. Woo! Okay. So this is a whole lot to unbox here. I like that though. I like when you got a lot of stuff. This is heavy too. Holy crap. What is in this? Okay. Yeah, it's got some weight. All right. And the box is empty. Let's take a look at everything and then we'll take a look at the figures. All right. Start off with this one. So you got a ton of accessories. This is almost, I mean, as much accessories as I've seen come in the 1/6 scale figures. So that's pretty freaking cool, man. Lots of cool stuff. I believe that's probably magnetized, but you got his jetpack, which looks awesome. Nice job on that design. You got a freaking flamethrower. This is a flamethrower. Damn, that is big. Look at that. And it's made out of like a clear resin or a plastic, so that'll play really well with light. You got some, I don't know what that is. I guess like a tarp of some kind, or I guess we'll get to that when we get to that. All right, you got the satchel that he can carry Grogu in or other stuff in, I guess. Okay. You have some batteries. So something lights up on this. I don't know what lights up. You got his rifle. God, look at the size of this thing. Very well detailed too. I'm interested to see how this pairs up against the Iron Studios one, but man, that is some serious detail on this. This looks really, really nice. All right. You got some Beskar. You got the tracker. Don't know what this is. Some kind of handle. I don't know. You got more stuff that I don't even know. I don't even know what half of this stuff is. This is dope though. It's like all kinds of little accessories to put with your figure, so you can pose it the way you want to. So that's cool. Oh, you got the whistling birds. That's neat. You can attach to that. You got his pistol. That looks really well done. Man, I gotta get one of these pistols, man. These things look super cool. This would look great on my gun rack. You got his knife. You got a grappling piece. All right, so that's that part of it. Then you got this one, which is heavier than hell. What is in this? So you got some kind of soft, flexible hose. Cool. You got more clamshells here. Wow, there's a lot of stuff. There we go. Okay. Oh, okay. This I imagine holds Grogu up, and it's posable. Is it? It's got a screw here on the inside of that. So I think you can probably angle it. You know, and you got another rod like that. All right, cool. You have the prim, and this is the original style prim. Does it open? Maybe I need to read the instructions. That's the prim. Very cool design to that. I like all the scuffing and everything. This is the original one, obviously not the one from that he has in the. There it goes, and it opens. Okay, knew it would open. Ooh, that feels cool. I can't tell if it's it doesn't feel like plastic. It feels like a padding of some kind. But yeah, that's very awesomely designed. So far, by looks alone, it looks like Hot Toys is definitely got a one-up on Iron Studios. I can see why the Hot Toys guys are like, yeah, this is the best. All right. Man, that's got some weight. So this is, I guess, some part of the base. It's got like damage and wear and all that on it. You know? What else is in here? Look, I gotta be careful lifting anything up here. It's like things are just layered on top of each other. Okay, this is the gun, the big rifle that he has in the... Yo, this is huge. Yo, with the detail, man. Look at the detail in that. That is really, really well done. All right, so here's the base. It's weighty. Definitely plastic, though. You got an IG-11 head there. The Mythosaur skull. There's a piece of foam here I'm going to take out, but you got the, you got like, looks like a helmet that's been in the forge. Can that be removed? Doesn't feel like it can be removed or anything, but you got that. That looks super cool. You got IG-11 on that side with the exploded area here from where he put the bomb in. And then you have the Mythosaur skull, and then it says the Mandalorian. And it's like Beskar in the front. I really like that. That's neat. All right, and I think that's all of this stuff that comes in this box. There's still another box. Now we got the figure. So like I said, you got a bunch of swap out hands. The hands will look really nice and everything. Let's get to the figures though, because we can look at that as we go. So Grogu's head comes very, very well wrapped, and it pops out. The ears are posable, so the ears pop out. And you could take and put different ears on him, I guess. Little head, he's cute. Put that back on. I like that. You could pose him. Check that out. Super cute. And then he comes with a swap out head. So he's got more like a serious look on this one. Not much of a difference in the look. Like this one here has his mouth open, but then the other one has like the mouth kind of closed. So not much of a difference there. You do have some swap out ears for him, and you got some swap out hands. Let's get the Mando out. Let's check out the man. Oops. Okay. Wow. Man, this is big and heavy. I know there's a "that's what she said" coming from that, but geez, this is nice. All right, come, let it go. All right, here's the figure. He's huge. Armor looks really good, although kind of dull. Kind of wish this would have had that chrome effect like they're doing on the newer 6-scale version of the Mandalorian. So like I said, they've always got a new Mandalorian figure coming out. But I mean, just from size alone, he's very impressive in comparison to the 6-scale. I'm taking a glance over here at my quarter-scale statue, and he looks pretty impressive even compared to that. Although the Mando there looks a little shinier. So there's a close-up of the figure. See the details. It's got like a clean look to the armor though. I kind of wish it would have a little more. There's some weathering here a little bit that's coming out. You can see it, but it's more or less kind of clean. There's some oxidation here, like on the shins and on the thigh plates and stuff, which looks good. Just kind of wish it was a little dirtier, you know. As far as posability goes, you can turn the head, rock it that way, go back and forward. So lots of posability there. You got double joints in the elbows, so you can get that to articulate pretty well. That's good. The cape is all cloth. That's something that, you know, obviously if you're a statue collector, you're just gonna have to get used to if you want to get a Hot Toys. This is all cloth. Arms can go out about that far. All right. Lots of clicking, which is good. You can go that far forward. You can go that far back. Love the clicking sound. So it means it'll probably hold its position. You got some tilt in the waist. Let's see if we can tilt back. And again, clicking. So feel like that's going to hold pretty well. You got back, so that's good. You got some turn motion. All right. Legs can spread out about that far before the pants start to feel it. Okay, but you hear that clicking sound? Love it. Love that. All right, you can go about that far forward with the leg. Go about that far back with the leg. Double joints in the knees. So you got that. The padding here down on the leg, this is not leather. This is like a plastic tube that's just sliding around on here. Same thing with the opposite side. So it kind of just lays there. None of this is real. You can turn at the lower part of the leg where the shin is, and the calf muscle. And then your ankle can go that far forward, that far back, and then side to side. So you do have a lot of articulation with this figure, so that's good. So far, so good. I think it's a really cool looking figure. Let me get a few poses knocked out, and then we'll bring out the Iron Studio statue, and I'll give you my final thoughts. All right, I finally got a pose cranked out. It took me a hell of a long time to get this pose, and I'll explain why in just a little bit, because they did a fantastic job with this figure. This thing is freaking phenomenal. All the little things that come with it is absolutely stunning and great, except they gave me a stupid crotch grabber that I don't even understand why that's even a thing anymore. And I'll show you guys that in just a few minutes. But when I saw this, you know, put out on the promos, and he's holding that E-Web gun, and I was like, man, that is dope, you know, and I like the look of it. I was like, this is the pose that I got to start off with. So I wanted to see if I could actually get it in that pose, or it was just promotional stuff. You can get him in the pose, but as you can see, the gun kind of blocks Grogu a little bit. There's not enough base for you to get a good planting of the feet. So he's hanging on with a wing and a prayer right now. All right. The base, I love it. I love the design of the base. You got, like I said, you have like kind of a in the forge type of helmet. So it's got that bronze look to it, like it's been heated up and everything. I like that you got a light that's beneath there, it runs on 3 AAA batteries. Those don't come with the packaging. So if you're looking to get that, make sure you got some batteries in place. They give you that yellow light like you see in the armorer's lair. You know, that's cool. And you got that Beskar along with the Mythosaur skull. And then what's really neat too is you have light up features here on IG-11's head. So I like this. It gives you this whole homage to the first season of The Mandalorian, which is great. You have this clear rod that comes out. The screws on this rod have to be tightened extremely tight in order to hold Grogu up. It's because this prim and Grogu is pretty heavy and it'll come down if you don't tighten it up enough. I wish they would have put like teeth in there so that you can just, you know, tighten and it would lock in place better. Why they just made it smooth, I don't understand that. Grogu, super cool, has all kinds of posability. You got swap out hands, you got elbow joints, you got leg joints, you can have him sitting down, standing up, you can have him grip the prim. So I think that's neat too. I put it on this is because when you have this kind of base, it makes the figure really tall. So this thing is, as it sits right here, is like 22.5, 23 inches tall. So pretty big, you know, and then you need about 19 inches of width in order to display it this way. So those are all things there. Now, like I stated, the crotch grabber that they give you this clear tube here, and then this one single rod that goes between his legs to try to hold him up. They did the same thing with Darth Vader. They did the same thing with Boba Fett, and none of those figures stand well because of that. Because they don't give you enough base, it makes it difficult to pose, you know, like this. Obviously, unless you're going to have him standing straight up. Which, why am I buying an action figure if I'm going to have him standing straight up? That's always been my gripe when I see things posed that way. But that being said, I was able to get him in this pose right here. As you can see, I'm gingerly turning the base so that it doesn't fall. Other things I saw, this is a detonator, and it can hook to his belt if you want to have that. So that's what this part was that I didn't figure out before. The rifle, you can actually load bullets into the rifle. That is cool. That is a neat little feature for the gun, you know. And I think this part comes off too. The scope, yeah, the scope pops off, and you can have him looking through the scope if you want to have that. So again, some awesome features. As far as paint and detail goes, and overall look of this whole thing, I love it. It looks super cool. All right, so I just wanted to get a pose out here that didn't have the base. So you can see the base is taken away. He's balancing. He balances really well. I'll give it that. The posability of this figure is top notch. I would say just as good as your 6 scale figure. Your weight kind of gets a little bit in the way, so you got to kind of mess with that a little bit just to get the balance to work. But he can be displayed without the base. I do wish that Hot Toys would have included with the deluxe figure a more simplified base, or a way to take this apart so that you have just a flat base if you need to use it. I'm not a person that really likes to use bases with the Hot Toys, but that would have been a nice option, you know, in case you don't have the room, because that, you know, greatly increases the height of your display piece. Again, I like that you can display Grogu with different heads. You know, I got him right now gripping the side of his leg, so you know you have a lot of posability with the figure. You didn't get that with the 6 scale figure, so I think that's a plus when it comes to this. I got the rifle strapped on. I also added in some of the other accessories like the detonator that put on his belt. I got his gun looking like he's about to grab it, so that was pretty neat. And just a lot of neat things that you can do with this. And I'm pretty sure that the jetpack is magnetized, so probably can't do it with the rifle, but we'll give it a try. And yeah, so the rifle is connected with a strap that has a magnet, so this part just comes off real quick like that. So if you wanted to take and display the jetpack, move the cape over, and there you go. Now he has his jetpack on, and it just magnetizes there on his back. And you can see it doesn't really apply so much weight that he tips over. So I'm loving it. Great work so far that I like on this piece. Good stuff. So let's get out the Iron Studio statue, and I'll give you my final thoughts on the piece and a little comparison of the two. All right, there they are side by side. You got the Hot Toys obviously over here, and you got the Iron Studios on this side. Got so much stuff around me, I make it a big mess. So The advantages of having a statue is that you don't have to take and pose anything. That's really what you got. The Iron Studios one right here seems to be a little bit oversized in comparison to quarter scales. I think he's kind of on the big side. When I had him next to the Sideshow, I felt the same way. And now that I got it next to the Hot Toys, I still feel the same way, that this one looks a little bit big. The Iron Studios is also not as accurate as the Hot Toys. So if you're looking for more accuracy, Hot Toys has that on the win. But what you got with Iron Studios is you have a story. You know, you got the base, you got everything locked into place. You got some flow with the cape, which I like. You know, he looks like a badass. So all of that's really good when it comes to the Iron Studios piece, and this is kind of why I like it. My initial thoughts when I bought the Hot Toys was that it was going to be something I would compare it to, and then likely choose one and keep one. But now that I got the Iron Studios, or the Hot Toys in hand, I kind of want to keep the Hot Toys for different reasons. The Hot Toys is neat in that you can pose it. I like that that you can balance it. You know, you don't have to have that huge base. And if you're crafty enough, or if you have like a 3D printer, you can make a base like this, and then possibly have him on top of that base, and then, you know, there you go. You got a story, and then you have a very accurate looking figure. I do wish that the cape on this one here had some wiring in it so that you can give a little bit more dynamic flow. I think that would look pretty nice. Obviously, I can't get the same footing that you get when you have a walking stance. He looks kind of robotic here when he's walking to keep the balance. Probably something that can be fixed if you have a proper waist grabber, which I think that all figures now should have. I don't understand why we're still working with crotch grabbers, but waist grabbers I think is at least what you should get with something this heavy. I like that you can put Grogu also in this satchel, which gives you some display options. Whereas, you know, obviously with the Iron Studios, you don't have that. In terms of the armor and everything, I like the way the Hot Toys looks a lot better than the Iron Studios. So I think overall, as far as design goes, Hot Toys beats them, you know, hands down. Everything looks very accurate. The coloring looks really good. So yeah, I dig that a whole lot. Will it replace my statue? No, it will not replace my statue. Mostly because I don't have a base for this guy, and I don't think I'm going to display it with that other base. As cool as it is, I still think that it gives it too much height, and you don't have enough platform to be able to hold him in a position other than a straight up and down pose, which I'm not a huge fan of that. So if I do decide to keep this Hot Toys, I think what I'm going to do is try to print out a base that I can use maybe in conjunction with that pole, and then probably try to find some kind of way of making some kind of waist grabber, maybe with some wiring or something like that, just so that I can get the look that I want without sacrificing anything, right? So that's my thoughts on it. Great, awesome figure though. Good job, Hot Toys, on it. I think overall it's a pretty impressive figure. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I know a lot of you Hot Toy guys are going to be like, no, Hot Toys is better all the way. And yeah, I think looks-wise, it definitely is better. But I think there's still something to be said about having statues. Statues give you that dynamic look where you can just put it up and that's it. Whereas this one, you have to be a little more creative. So, you know, for those of you guys like that. There's one thing I did want to go over. See, like, look, he wants the tip. See, I want to hold him is because he's going to fall. One thing that I do want to take a look at, though, is look at this rifle difference before I get out of here. Look at this. So this is your quarter scale, and this is your Iron Studios rifle. This is why I say that I think that their scaling is way off on Iron Studios. So, you know, yeah, that's something to think about also. It's like how will the Iron Studios look with other quarter scales? I mean, it does pose pretty well with other quarter scale pieces, but he does look a slight bit oversized. So that's my thoughts anyway. Let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments below. And until next time, may the force be with you.